Okay, there we go. Hi, we're doing a Dorks just chatting. Brian is still on vacation, and they just started up something really funny, and I was like, wait. Okay, so what kicked this off was Dirk sent us a fake headline thing that says Keith Richards undergoes the quickening because Ozzy Osbourne died, which is extremely a bummer.
Mm-hmm.
And I said that can't be right because his own bandmate is still alive. And then Mike started to go off on a story, and I was like, wait, no, I haven't hit record yet. So now I've hit record.
Oh, yeah, because the other day, some other people in the office who sit near me were talking about some of the news they'd seen and all the celebrity deaths clustered together. And one of the ladies was just like, it was one person I'm still surprised is alive. I'm surprised is still alive is Mick Jagger. It's like, how old is he? He looks rough too.
Yeah, he's
Well,
they're still doing concerts and stuff though, aren't they?
I was at isn't the whole band still together and alive?
I think they haven't
Like
hung it
the
up yet.
original members.
Well, no, they've lost.
There's got to be one person who hasn't made it.
Yeah, I mean, original members. They've lost a couple of members over the years, right? I'm pretty sure.
Unless I'm thinking about the Who. I'm getting confused.
The Who? I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me.
No, that's fine. There was I needed to see if it's on YouTube or something. There was a great Animaniacs sketch where Slappy and Skippy Squirrel did the Who's on First routine, except they were at
with the Who, the band.
Woodstock, and it was Who's on stage. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that bit.
It's like, yes won't be on for another 20 minutes. Like, who's on stage?
Okay, let's see here.
Yeah, they've lost 2 members, Brian Jones and Charlie Watts.
Yeah, there we go.
But Bill Wyman, Keith Richards, and Mick Jagger are still alive from the original.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Wait, Ronnie Wood was with the Stones for a while? I didn't know that. Huh. Anyway. Apparently they're not touring in 2025, but they did a tour as recently as a couple years ago, I think.
Yeah, last year, the year before.
They toured in 24 from April to July, and in 22 from June to August. Man. Oh, hey, Donovan Bay. And Mick Jagger's 81, apparently. Okay. That sounds about right. Yeah, before the show, we were talking about how several famous people have died here in a cluster. Malcolm Jamal Warner drowned on vacation. That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And he was only in his 50s.
Yeah.
And Ozzy died, which just sucks. And a noted racist who was famous for playing a character, Hulk Hogan, died. And, nothing of value was lost. And Chuck Mangione died. The jazz musician.
Mm-hmm.
Made famous in King of the Hill for people that aren't into jazz.
Or who aren't, in their 70s.
Or who aren't old.
Yeah.
I mentioned that in the Discord, and JT Huffy was like, I got a couple of his vinyls right here in my office, and took a picture of them. And I was like, nice.
There was, for the longest time, I mean, it's probably still there. I don't know why it wouldn't be. There was a Chuck Mangione piano songbook. It's like just been sitting on the piano at my grandma's house for who knows how long.
Nice. I got nothing. So Brian is still on vacation, like I said. Mike has been swamped and didn't even respond to a text message until last night. Dirk is no help. He's like, yeah, I'm good for whatever.
Yep.
So we don't have a topic this week. We're just chatting.
Yeah.
Ow. And I'm breaking my leg apparently. I got nothing. Brian's a bit quiet. Yeah, he is.
Yes, he will be very quiet.
Leave it to Twitch chat. Let's see here. Oh man, I started Ori and the Blind Forest last night after almost an entire week of completely missing it. I was supposed to start last week when we weren't doing a show. And every night that I would have streamed, something was up. Either my stomach was giving me fits, or we were having internet issues, or I just felt like crap, or on Tuesday night, I just passed out on the couch. Woke up like 45 minutes after I was supposed to start and went, what? What happened? What day is it? So yeah, finally, like I mentioned this in the Discord, Ben was like, I don't think you want to play Ori and the Blind Forest. I'm like, I'm beginning to think I don't either. But no, I finally started it last night. It's very pretty. The beginning is, well, I mean, I thought it was very sad, but my emotional strings are very large and easy to locate and yank on. But I can see why people will be like, it wasn't sad. We've known these characters for like 45 seconds. I'm like, I got sad. I cried. But but for those that don't know, it's very pretty. It's a Metroidvania style game, which we really need a better word for. But until we get it, I've heard exploratory action, and I'm like, that sounds like a medical term. Like, that sounds like what a line item on your medical bill. Exploratory action, $1,200. Excuse me? But I wasn't really digging it, like, at the very beginning, because Ori is very floaty.
Uh-huh.
Like, at one point I was trying to land on this thin platform, and I was having serious trouble with it. And then later, like not very much later, I got the double jump. And now I'm like, oh, okay. Like, it's supposed to be floaty because you're trying to do big, wide jumps. The beginning with just the one jump is such a tiny part of the game that it doesn't really matter if it feels that great, I guess. Although, at the point I'm at, I finished the first, I guess, 2 sections of the game, you would call it, in 2.5 hour stream. But like, only 53% or something of the people have the last achievement I got for finishing that section. And I was like, that number is sad because we're still at the beginning of the game. And that's not like percentage of people that have bought the game. That's percentage of people that have started the game.
Oh.
So, But, there was a lot of hype for it, and it's not for a lot of people. I'm sure just bought it and like, oh, it's pretty, and then started playing and be like, I don't want to play this. I guess. I don't know. I'm digging it though. It's cool. The last Metroidvania game I played was Hollow Knight, which was a couple years ago now, I want to say. I have no concept of the passage of time. But that feeling of getting a new ability and then opening up the map and going, okay, wait, what does that open up for me? Feels really good. And it's been a hot minute since I played a game that did that. I'm going to guess neither of you have played it.
I haven't, no.
And I can't remember the last Metroidvania I played. Like, if I've played anything, it might have been last year. I played a little bit of Super Castlevania.
Nope, that's not one. That's just go through the level, fight a boss, go to the next level.
Okay,
that's a classic Vania.
Well, in that case, college?
College? I mean, you played Symphony of the Night, right?
Yeah, college. That would be the game.
I mean, the last one I played was Hollow Knight. Before that, it was Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night. And before that, it was probably Symphony of the Night on the 360 when it re-released there. It's still not on Steam, by the way, everybody. Like, that freaking... I forget what the package is called that's PlayStation exclusive that's got Symphony of the Night and the one that came before it, whose name escapes me right now, damn it. Rondo of Blood is still only on PlayStation. And I don't know why. I mean, I could easily just, emulate it, but I want to play the new, prettied up version with bells and whistles. I could emulate the 360 version, and the last time I tried, it ran like crap. It's possible that 360 emulation, 360 arcade emulation has come along since then. I don't know. I haven't tried it in a long time, but it was jerky and terrible, and I was like, damn it, I can't stream this. I really need to open it up and update the emulator and whatnot and try it again and see if it's gotten any better. Since they're apparently just leaving money on the table by not putting it on Steam, bastards. Donovan Bain said, the "You Got a New Ability" jingle on Hollow Knight is my text message ringtone to this day. Nice. I seem to remember you coming to a bunch of those streams. Am I remembering right? I think I am. Ow. But yeah, I've got it listed. So I went through... This is how big of a nerd I am. I went through my Steam library and made categories for how long each of these games that I want to stream took to beat, based on times on howlongtobeat.com. And I've got Ori and the Blind Forest in the 6 to 12 hour collection. So in theory, it should only take 4, maybe 5 streams. But it's me, and I'm very deliberate, especially when it comes to these games where there's backtracking and searching around to be done. So probably take me 5 to 6, but I'm trying to get better about that sort of thing and just play the damn game.
Yeah.
I've taken to I'm also streaming Baldur's Gate 3, and I've taken to doing all of my inventory management and figuring out what gear I want on all of my characters. I'm trying to do that off stream now because it takes a long time because I'm very deliberate. A couple days ago, I actually did that. I took, an hour or so and had some videos playing here on my tablet right below the screen and just went through, got everybody naked, and went through all of, literally, because they're standing there in their underwear when you take all their gear off, and and then you can take their underwear off, and if you've got certain settings made, they'll have a little fig leaf over their crotch, and if not, just peen. Um, there is a under accessibilities. There's a setting that says show genitalia. That as a streamer, I make sure is not checked.
Right.
Just in case. And it's a good thing because during the party celebration, and I was like, oh, I'll get a little freaky with Lazelle. And she's the Gith Yankee, sexy lizard chick or whatever Gith Yankee are. And she went off screen and then came back and was just naked. And I was like, Jesus! Glad I had that checked proper or unchecked properly, because damn. But anyway, yeah, I got everybody naked, because when you click on a one of your gear slots, a little sub window opens up with all of the gear that goes in that slot, which is annoying because I wish there was a check box to only show what you're proficient in, so I could quit mousing over stuff. What is this? Not proficient. What is this? Not proficient. What is this? Not proficient. I can't tell the difference between great swords and long swords and short swords from the little icon, so I have to mouse over it.
Yeah, that seems like a big miss, like quality of life wise.
You'd think. I even went through the mods because it's got official mod support, like in the game. Not like, go to the Nexus and down, although you can go to the Nexus and download mods and install them separately. It's got mod support in game. And I went, surely to God, somebody has made this. And I went through every like quality of life upgrade I could find. I could not find this at all. Because everybody can wear all the armor and can use all the weapons. It just, whether or not you're proficient in it. To whether you get bonuses or can cast spells or whatever. And I'm like, ugh. It's only a great sword if it's from Great Britain. Otherwise, it's just a sparkling claymore. Boo. But yeah, so my dirty hippie druid is now an ice mage who can turn into an owlbear and beat the dog out of you. As who used to say that? Was it Dirk?
Something Dirk came up with,
Yeah.
That's right. Don't you forget it.
He's got morning frost, and he's got gloves that do something with cold, and he's got the boots of striding so he doesn't slip on the ice he makes. And during my last stream, I found a ring that says when you hit an enemy with an ice spell, you make an ice surface below them. And I was like, oh!
That's cool.
Because I was having someone else throw bottles of water or cast create water. Because in Baldur's Gate 3, I know this isn't a thing in D&D, but in Baldur's Gate 3, there's the wet status. And if enemies are wet, then they're vulnerable to ice and lightning.
That's a neat feature.
Yeah. And so if you throw a bottle of water or a bucket of water or cast create water and have them standing in a puddle, and then you hit them with a lightning spell, then the water they're standing in becomes electrified water. And if you hit them with an ice spell, then the water they're standing in becomes an ice surface. And so it's ridiculous. So I've got all of this ice enabling gear on my druid. Because that's fun. And also, I can turn into an owlbear and knock you into next week.
Yeah.
Gale, my wizard, has got all the good lightning charges gear on him. Is that a thing in D&D?
For some of those things, I can't really say definitively yes or no anymore because I'm basically one edition behind now.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, Donovan Bain said lightning charges is another BG3 special. That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, lightning charges.
Yeah,
if you can get them, they add. I think they add lightning. If you have lightning charges, I think what they do by default is nothing. I don't know, but various bits of gear that you have make them do things like. If I hit someone with a spell, I get lightning charges, and then I think my next spell does extra lightning damage. And the boots I have, let's see, if I start my turn standing in a puddle, then it becomes an electrified puddle. And he's got a shield that you can convert your lightning charges to something. Oh, Donovan is on it. He said each charge gives you +1 to attack roll. Really? I didn't even know that. If you have 5 charges, your next attack does 1+1d8 damage. That's what it is. Yeah. But they also do other things based on your gear. And since Gale isn't going to be hitting people with his stick terribly often, he's mostly there, or he's mostly using it with his gear. And then my barbarian is just ridiculous. So I screwed up something in my I finally made it to Act 2. Oh my god.
Good.
But I screwed up something, and basically everybody turned into a zombie and attacked me. And I was like, oh. Well, I'm going to have to reload this. But until then, let's play out because I'm not going to lose literally everybody because I screwed up one thing because I didn't understand how it worked. I won't go into details for anyone who, is interested or wants to play the game themselves and doesn't want spoilers, like me. But everybody attacked me. And then other things popped up and also attacked me. So we're getting attacked by just an ass load of zombies and various other things. And Karlak is a berserker barbarian with the Ring of Flinging, so when she throws things, it does extra damage. She's got some gloves that make, when she throws things, it does extra damage. I took the Tavern Brawler trait, so that when she throws things, it does her strength modifier twice. And she's got the Returning Pike, which when she throws it, it returns to her hand. And because she's level 7, she's got 2 throws. And because she's a Berserker Barbarian, she's got her Enraged throw that can possibly knock enemies prone. So she can throw her pointy stick 3 times in a turn, which means 1, sometimes 2 things were dying every time she took a turn. And I think I might be massively overpowered just with Karlak by herself. Also, I wish she would step on me. I mean, what? Nothing. So, I was thinking of respecking her with 3 levels of Thief Rogue, so she got an extra bonus action, because the Enraged throw is a bonus action. So she'd have 4 throws a turn, 2 of which could knock someone prone. But I'm like, I'm already massively overpowered. With only 3 throws, only 1 of which could possibly knock someone prone. I think I'll just not bother.
Yeah. Diverting 3 levels. That's a lot, but that sounds like a really cool bonus. Might actually be worth it.
Oh, I mean, it would if I wasn't already... I haven't had any sort of problems in combat since the very beginning of the game, before I knew what I was doing. Since I've learned what I was doing, combat is more of a thing that I have to do sometimes. Like when they throw more and more things at me, I'm like, sweet, yeah, make it hard. And then, no, I just win. And I'm like, oh. Huh. Like ever since the time when a bunch of goblins and Dwergar took down literally everybody in my party but me. And I had to run around and revive Karlak with a scroll of Revivify, and then another scroll of Revivify because I didn't realize where I rezzed her. The archer up there could see, and he just shot her, and I went, so I did it again. Rezzed her around the corner over there so he couldn't see her, and they had to run around the long way while I healed her up. And then the 2 of us took down like the 4 dudes that were left or something.
Yeah.
But like, and even that was just because more people got pulled into the combat than I thought.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that it was hard, it was that I got surprised. Like, well, not surprised, that means a thing in D&D. I got caught off guard and didn't realize that my fighter and my wizard were gonna die next round. But like, I've only party wiped once, and it was at the very beginning, like I said, before I learned what I was doing. And even at the very beginning, I think I mentioned before, I accidentally caused the entire freaking floor of the goblin camp to attack me. And I was like, well, when they kill me, I'll just reload and try to do that without triggering the massive everybody. And then I won, and I was like, huh. It's like, well, I guess that's what happened then. And then I ended up going for another couple hours and then reloading because I was like, I don't want to fight everybody right now. Like, what the hell? I can't go anywhere without getting into combat. This sucks. So I like, the next stream, I like reloaded an old ass save and had to back up like 2 hours worth of stuff.
Oh, wow.
Because like when I started, I'm like, all right, I'm not going to do the save scumming thing. And I'm not going to do the save scumming thing where, oh no, I failed that one roll and screwed up this conversation. I'm not doing that. But when everything goes completely tits up and it's not what I wanted to happen at all, I'm like, I'm re-rolling that. Like, for my first playthrough, I want to see what happens when I do things, not commit to the worst possible choice.
No, that's very reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
I recognized in the game that I needed to save more often before I would decide to make a choice, whether it was a good choice or a bad choice. To make sure I did that, because one of the times I was in the goblin area, and I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna just have this one goblin come on over here, and then when she wasn't looking, excuse me, had a sneeze.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think Dirk just got sad over that. It's okay, Dirk. It's a video game.
But yeah, I had her like, hey, come on over here for a minute, and then I attacked her, and then everybody around her was like, we gotta fight him, and even like characters, I'm going, why would you attack me? You're not part of this. Decided to attack me, and it ended up being, I think it was like 10-on-4.
Oh God, are you talking about when the freaking halfling merchant and her 2 guards joined in on the fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. And I was like, why are you 3 all in on this? And then they were gone. And I was like, hey, you want to sell me some, hello? She had gear I wanted. That's the fight where I killed everybody and then I got sad and reloaded.
Oh. So that was part of the, because they beat the holy snot out of me, and so I ended up having to reload the game, and I think I hadn't even got into that area from my previous save, and so it took me back.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, okay, before I make any decisions, I'm gonna save from now on. Whether it's a good decision or a bad decision, I'm gonna save from now on, so that way, if it was a bad decision and I get my butt handed to me,
you don't lose an hour and a half.
I'm not out like an hour and a half.
Yeah. The big screw up that I did to cause the entire place to attack me on my stream yesterday. I looked and the last save was an hour and a half ago, but 30 minutes of that was the big fight. So I'm like, because I was just wandering around talking to people. Like, I'm in this safe space here. Why would I keep quick saving? It turns out you should always keep quick saving. Dirk, by the way, there's a setting you can change to give yourself up to 50 autosaves and quick saves, and I highly recommend turning that up just in case you find you need to go back a ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the default is like 10. Which, as often as I quick save, that sometimes that's not enough. I had to look down. Like when I was trying to reset, the goblin screw up, I've had to do 2 timeline resets like that, both in the goblin camp. Because once when I went to free somebody from a place, and I fought, the goblins all attacked him, and I helped him kill the goblins. He was still aggressive to me, and I couldn't figure out why. And it was because there's a cutscene that starts up when you get close, and in that cutscene is the dialogue option where you basically decide if you're going to kill the goblins and help the dude or just ignore him. And as that cutscene started, another goblin walked up and started a conversation with me that was like, "Hey, you stole something," and gave me the, intimidate, persuade things to get out of that. But that first cutscene never started again. So as far as the game was concerned, I just ignored it. And so he was aggroed to me forever. And I had gone off and done like another hour's worth of crap and then come back to save him to find out that there's nothing I can do. And I have to go find that old quick save and reload it.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was annoying that one was a bug or a glitch or a poor coding decision or something. That when the cutscene happened, the stupid, "Hey, you stole something," thing interrupted it. Like, that pissed me off something fierce. Because I'm like, oh my god, I've wandered around and I've done so much. Anyway. But yeah, so I've got my ice guy and my lightning charges guy and my throwing barbarian, and I respect Shadowheart from a trickery domain cleric because I hate everything that she did. I respect her into a light domain cleric because that sounded more fun. And Lae'zel is just a fighter, and Astarion's just a rogue. I could potentially mix in some Gloomstalker Ranger or something to make him more powerful, but to be honest, I'm not playing him, so I don't care. He's only in my party when I need him to be for story reasons or when I think something might come up to where I might want Astarion in the party. Otherwise, his ass stays in camp because something about the rogue lifestyle has not clicked with me yet in this game. I'm sure it will at some point. I think it's because I was trying to play him at levels 1 and 2 before he got all of his good stuff. Now that he's level 7, I could probably put him in the party and have a blast, but whatever.
The wizard's the one that I keep out of my party because I'm tired of him eating my stuff.
Oh, you should feed him the crappy stuff though. He doesn't eat much. No spoilers, but
yeah. But the problem is, I think I went through all the encounters, like the fights. I went through all the fights in the first area. I couldn't find any more fights to get into. And so he stays at camp because my main character's a wizard. So I do all the stuff that he does. So yeah, there's not really a reason for me to have him in the party. Plus he keeps eating my stuff.
Seriously though, you should still feed him like the crappy stuff.
Oh, I have.
Because
Although there was one time I did have to feed him like a decent thing because he was absolutely useless to me. And there was nothing else. I couldn't even buy something to feed it to him to be like, here, just eat this. So,
like, I wish I'd fed him the ring of color spray because I didn't realize how bad it was until I tried to use it at like level 6. Every time I try to use it, it'd be like, no. Like, what do you mean, no? Do something. And then I read what color spray does, and I went, Jesus. I didn't realize this sucked that bad. Gail, you hungry? Huh? You hungry, boy? Huh? He's not hungry anymore. Like, please eat this. I could only sell it for like 20 gold, so please eat it. And he's like, I'm full, man. I'm not. Come on, man. Shoving it down his throat.
you know you want it.
I'll put cinnamon on it. Excuse me. Yeah, I've already decided I'm going to have to play this again at a higher difficulty. Either tactician. I might even bump it up to honor mode. I don't know. I don't remember what honor mode does.
Maybe the challenge ratings of the encounter are balanced more like they would be for a like a fair tabletop game versus like a video game where you're expected to be able to load a save if you foul everything up.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. All I know is that while combat is like entertaining, it's not. There's no difficulty to it anymore. Even when I got surprised by 4, I don't know what the hell they were. They look like the trolls from Willow. And they would get close and hit me with something, and then it would say I was garroted. And I went, oh, that's awful. But, you know, I had my warlock in the party at that point, so he couldn't even Eldritch Blast. And if he can't Eldritch Blast, then he's useless. Yeah. And even that, like they had 3 of my party members garroted, and I was just like, okay, we'll just kill him the other way then. And like, it was no problem. And I went, oh, I get the feeling this was supposed to be close. Huh. Because garroted was like, you can't cast spells because you're silenced. And something at BG3 garroted. Garroted condition. Here we go. It's being strangled by a garrote. It's silenced and takes 3d6 bludgeoning damage per turn. And they can't move. Both the entity and the garroter can't move until the condition ends.
Okay.
But if they're forcibly moved more than 5 meters apart, the condition ends. So, like, Karlak just pushed one off of a ledge. And so now she's free to move about the country, you know. She's like, get off me. And because she's got Tavern Brawler and she's very big and very strong and I wish she'd step on me, you know, there was no resisting that, athletics check. So...
Yeah.
Down they went. And then she killed it, and then she turned around and stabbed the other one, and I'm like, maybe I should take Karlak out of the party. I will never take Karlak out of my party. She's my big, mean, hot fire mama, and I want her to step on me. What? Nothing?
Well, she is hot.
Ba-dum-bump. She has an infernal engine where her heart should be. And so she's running literally too hot to touch. For those of you that are like, what? Why was that funny? No, she's actually hot.
Like temperature-wise.
Yeah. And she's also like my favorite character just based on her personality alone. Everybody else is such a dick. But anyway, I don't know how we got into that deep into Baldur's
We were talking
Gate
about
3.
games.
Oh yeah, honor mode. Honor mode is, let's see. Yeah, various tweaks. Here we go. The player only gets a single save file for the entire campaign. Oh.
Oh.
The save file cannot be loaded outside the main menu. The game will overwrite if the save is in the following... The game will overwrite the save in the following situations. The player returns to the main menu. The player quits the game. The player attempts to Alt F4 or use Task Manager to end the process. The player quick saves or the game auto-saves. So, screw you. You're doing this right. And it says, should the party die, the player is presented with two choices. Continue the campaign in custom mode, which ends honor mode, or end the campaign, which deletes the save.
Okay. So it's a hardcore.
So it's actually, on honor mode. I get it.
Yeah, I'm in the not easiest setting, but the one above it, just balanced. I think is what it is.
Yeah, that's where I am too. But at my point, like I said, at this point in the game, I don't know if it's because I've wandered around and done everything, so I'm like at the highest, probably the highest possible level you can be at it at this point, which is 7, for where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just everything's so damn easy. I'm like, like it's harder to figure out what to say in conversation than it is to actually do the combat. Yeah. Also, healing is not great in this game.
Yeah, it's not a magic don't lose the game button.
Yeah, which I appreciate because that means I don't have to have a healer at all times, Really, I just have to survive any given fight and then click the short rest button. Or
a number of times I've gone back to camp and been like, okay, let's go. Let's heal up, guys.
Yeah, have a nap. Everybody sleep. Story crap happens. So, all right, I'm just here to get my HP and my spells back. Can we? All right, there's story stuff happening. Great. All right. No. So, hey, Dirk, when you do character creation and you have to make a second one?
Mm-hmm.
I made mine look like Renee.
Yeah.
And so, because, I made my main character look like me. So I made my dream guardian or whatever the term is look like Renee. And it's really weird when I'm getting suspicious of her. Damn it, Renee, what have you done to me? She's like, what? Not you, Renee. Fake Renee. Honor mode actually gives certain bosses legendary actions like in D&D. Oh. I don't know what that means. What's a legendary action?
It's a special thing that they can do outside of their turn.
Oh.
Like during, like in response to something or just at the end of other players' turn or certain times around, just somewhere else in the turn order. Honestly, it's a balancing factor once the player party gets past a certain point in terms of levels and their abilities and spells that they have access to, just to make things a little more fair. So it's not just like everyone, it's the party has all their turns in a row and they just go in and stomp the bad guy's ass in while the bad guy just has to stand there and wait for his turn to come around again.
I gotcha. I mean, that makes sense, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like in certain Final Fantasy games when, especially bonus bosses get like 6 attacks or something, and you're like, do I ever get a turn? Yeah, when you get a turn, you get 4 turns. You loser, shut up. It's an optional boss. It's supposed to be miserable. Ow.
It's the challenge boss. You're saying you're not up to the challenge?
Exactly. Oh man, getting away from Baldur's Great. Baldur's Great. You know, Baldur's Great. It's on the ground over there.
It's great.
A little kid followed a balloon down there. It was weird. It was a mimic that took the form of a clown. Oh my god, I had to fight mimics once. That was cool.
Oh boy.
Anyway, plural. Plural. Getting away from Baldur's Gate, I've been playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2, the remake from a few years ago. And it's so good.
Awesome.
I picked it up on the last Steam sale as something to just play, you know, like on the Steam Deck out on the TV in the living room. And I had forgotten just how much I loved Tony Hawk games. In especially like freshman and sophomore years, man, I played Tony Hawk like 1, 2, and 3 a lot.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember if I ever played 4. I think I bummed like Underground from somebody once, but really 1, 2, and 3 were like my whole thing. And this is 1 and 2. 3 and 4 just came out recently, but they're still full price, so I'm not going to get those for a while. But yeah, 1 and 2 is it's such quality stuff. That's all, really. I finally got 100%, well, all of the goals in each park in 1 with my custom skater. And I'm working on 2. I've forgotten all the secrets. Like, I know you can open up something in the second, the school 2, you know, from Tony Hawk 2.
Right.
And I remember you've got to grind down the open sesame rail. But there must be something else, because I can't find anything that did. And I don't want to look it up, because, you know, I was able to figure this out back in the day. I should be able to figure it out now. So far, I haven't looked anything up, and I'm proud of me. The secret tape in the downhill jam, I kept looking at, going, there's literally no way to get there. Mm-hmm. Then a few days ago, I was standing there while the timer counted down, just with the camera pointed up, and I went, oh, I bet I gotta come around. Oh, there's a ramp there. Okay, yeah. And then, you know, after 4 or 5 attempts, I got it. And it was like 100%, and I was like, whoa. Like, there's one, I don't remember which level it is, but one of the goals is do all of the rooftop gaps. And that's all it says, is do all the rooftop gaps. And I'm like, okay. And while you're running around, you know, you'll find one of them easy, because in order to get something or other, you've got to do one of them.
Right.
And it'll pop up, rooftop gaps, 1 of 3. I'm like, hey, there's 1. And that was literally the only one I found for a while. Like, I'm talking entire sessions of getting up to the roof and just looking around going,
Mm-hmm.
Is it this vert gap? No, it's not. Until I finally made it say 2 of 3, and I went, oh! So if that's a gap and that's a gap,
Mm-hmm.
there must be another one like it. And there was. And aha! But it was moderately frustrating until it wasn't. And again, I did that without having to go to the internet, and I was proud of me.
Right. Well, good.
Because, you know, back in the day, for Tony Hawk's, Tony Hawk 1 and 2, we had the internet because I was in college, but it seemed to defeat the purpose.
Yeah.
I'm almost certain I'm going to bust out the internet for a new thing in this game. Every level has a little plushy alien thing somewhere that you can skate into and it'll go. And I found the first one on the first level easy, found the second one on the second level easy. I have not found one since. Not a one. I'm like, oh. Huh. Probably going to have to look that up later. But yeah, for anyone who played the old Tony Hawk games and you probably still have more muscle memory for it than you might think, because it didn't take very long for me to be busting out ridiculous manual grind flip trick combos at all. Just like a few sessions in the first level of why didn't that land? Why didn't that land? Why didn't that land? Damn it. Oh, that's why. Okay. I remember now. I remember. You guys remember? I remember.
I'm glad to hear it still holds up well.
Yeah, I mean, the controls are the same, so they're just as frustrating as they were back in the day. At least they feel the same. Meaning the trying to maneuver around the park on your skateboard, because you're always moving forward unless you pull back to stop. So trying to do something simple like turn around sometimes is just maddeningly difficult, but it always was. So that's not new. That didn't screw that up for the remaster. As a matter of fact, they nailed it. Huh. You been playing anything else lately, Dirk?
So
why do I sound like this? I feel like this is going to be like embarrassing for somebody.
Well, no. Like I said, I played Baldur's Gate 3 for a bit. I stepped away from it for a little bit and went back to MechWarrior 5 Clans, and I've gotten all the achievements I could possibly get, outside of a couple really difficult niche achievements. I did end up beating the expansion pack, or the DLC pack. There's just this one mission that is just unrelentingly hard. It has mostly to do with you're on a timer, and you have to destroy as much of this giant orbital artillery crawler as you can within this time limit. And there's no clock time limit. It's just, you've got, it's crawling, and your goal is to destroy it before it gets to this one point. And took out the wheels on it, and it was still moving, and then you're trying to take out the exhaust vents, and of course they only pop open every now and then. And then it was like, okay, well, let me blow up some of the guns on it to try and knock its percent hit down. And I failed this mission over and over. Like, I cleared everything but this one part, and I finally did it about a week ago. And it just felt so good to finally beat this mission.
Did you find a trick to it, or did you just have to grind it out?
You just had to grind it out. It was a case of I kept trying to destroy the treads to make it stop.
Mhm.
But the problem is it's not going to stop. You can take out the 4-wheel targeting on it, and that's great. You've took out the 4 wheels on it, the 4-wheel treads, but they're still gonna roll. And I just kept trying, like, targeting them to be like, just stop. Not realizing that, no, it's not gonna stop. You just have to go after everything else. And after 3 tries, the third try, I finally was able to take out enough stuff on it that it stopped probably about 2 seconds before it got to the spot where it would like fire.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just looking, it's like, this is the story setting. This is the technically it's the easy setting, because when I played the regular setting, I would not have enough. None of my mechs could be repaired fast enough for how fast I was going through them.
Yep.
Because like you can get technicians to repair your mechs, but they can only repair you. You have so many resources that can repair mechs at certain rates, and you can assign 5 technicians to it to help speed things up. And the technicians could not keep up with how much damage was being dealt to these mechs. And so I finally just was like, well, I'm just going to go back and redo it on the story setting. And like I said, I got to that point, and it's just, 2 seconds. 2 seconds is probably what I had before I failed the mission again. And then after that, it's like I say, it's a very tough DLC. But one of the achievements is defeating it on Trueborn. And Trueborn setting is, so there's like story, which is easy. Then there's the standard, which is normal, and then there's another mode, and then Trueborn is the 4th level.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just going, I don't know how anyone could beat the DLC, because that's what the achievement is. The achievement is Flash Storm on Trueborn, and there's 0.4% people have it. I'm going, yep, I am never getting that achievement,
Oh, it's one of
purely
those
because I
achievements.
cannot. It's the missions that always get me are the ones where you either have to chase something down before it escapes, but because the amount of enemies that are thrown at you is there's so many enemies that are thrown at you, you have to go in a heavier mech, which is not designed for chasing. And so I end up failing the missions because stuff gets away. Or if I go in lighter mechs to actually chase stuff down, I get shot out of my mech. So it's just those difficult achievements that I just have not been able to get. So that's what I've got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm gonna step away from this. And so I decided I was going to play Civilization 7. And like, I have played Civilization 6 to the point where that's my top game on Steam. I have almost 1,000 hours into this game.
Nice.
So I started playing 7 yesterday, and 7 plays like Civilization games play like Civilization games, but this one plays a bit differently, and I'm trying to warm up to it. I'm still on the fence. So, but I did unlock an achievement where I played as wrong one. I played as Frederick the Great, and I unlocked all the cultural achievements. Because previously I had beaten the game with Ben Franklin, and I unlocked 2 of the 3 scientific achievements. But the thing is that when you start an age, you have to pick which path you're going to follow. And the way you kind of successfully navigate an age is you have to achieve whatever pathway you choose. You can either do cultural, economic, military, or scientific. And so there's little checklist of things that you're supposed to do per those categories. And so I recently discovered that how I was playing was not the right way
Mm-hmm.
to do certain achievements. And so yeah, I'm slowly learning how to play the game the right way, apparently. So still a work in progress.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of complaints that the game just
So
kind of ends at weird points.
yeah, so the original, so let's say the original, Civilization 6 has, I think there's like 7 or 8 ages you progress through. This one only has 3, and yeah, there's not the tree that you like for technology, scientific, and cultural discoveries. It's really small compared to the previous games. It plays a lot like Humankind, which was supposed to be the civilization. You know, it was supposed to knock civilization off its pedestal, and even Humankind has a really low score. And Civilization 7, I think they try to go in that vein, because the problem with it is that you can play Civilization 2 ways. You can either go tall or you can go broad. Yeah.
So like playing Magic. Gotcha.
So tall means that you have like one or three you have a handful of cities that you dedicate all your resources to. And they become like huge mega uber cities. Or you can go broad, which is where you have like one big city, maybe like 1-2 big cities, but most of your civilization is just all over the place. You have tons of cities everywhere. And so you have this big sprawling empire. And so that's going broad. The complaint is 6 didn't go tall, it went broad. And 7 was supposed to be a balance of the two, where you can kind of pick which of the two you want to go. And yeah, it does, but it's just it doesn't go like it's trying to be a happy medium, but it trying to please everybody means nobody gets pleased.
Mm-hmm.
Is how this game is kind of going. And so I say it's not. I'm still figuring it out. I'm not sure one way or the other. I love 6. I would praise Civilization 6 to the end of the day. 7, I'm still on the fence for it. But that's what I've been playing. I gotta step away for a second. I'll be right back.
What are we gonna do without Dirk?
I don't know.
Without Dirk and Brian? Oh God.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been playing any games besides MTG Arena, really.
You used to be cool, Mike.
I know, I did.
Wait,
I was
did
trying
you?
to think a lot.
Did any of us?
Well, let's pretend we were. When the topic came up earlier, I was trying to remember what the last Metroidvania style game I played was. I was sitting here thinking and thinking. The best I could come up with was years and years ago. I got decently far into Cave Story,
That counts.
but yeah. But then one week I just didn't play it, and I never played it again for whatever reason. I remember being really entertained by it too. I thought the story was cool, and I like the characters, and the weapons and items were really neat. I think I was at a part in the game where I had recently, I don't know if recently or if I had just recently started to use it as such, but like some kind of rapid fire gun that you could also like use the recoil. You could also use it like a janky jetpack in some places, jumping up in the air and shooting down. So that had started to open up some stuff. I thought so many times about going back to it, but just never got around to it.
Do I have Cave Story? I do. I have Cave Story Plus.
And I don't remember if I had it on Steam or if I had downloaded and installed it separately some other way, like directly from whoever made it.
Wow, that was a while ago.
Let me see if it's still in the games folder here. Game shortcuts.
I was playing Puzzle Quest for a while, but I've had things to do in the office, so that's all I was just playing it when I had anything else to do. It's good, but it seems like it never ends. I mean, I'm sure it'll end at some point. Do what?
What game is that?
Oh, Puzzle Quest.
Oh.
Mike's trying to find out if he still has Cave Story somewhere.
It's not coming up as something. Oh, maybe it was on my previous laptop. That's how long ago it was.
Considering you've had that one since, Windows 95. Yeah, that's impressive. Sorry, you've had that one since XP. My bad.
No, this, believe it or not, this laptop that I'm on right now was originally a replacement for an even older and more busted-ass laptop that I got back in grad school.
I mean, I believe the older. I don't believe the more busted ass.
Okay, well, maybe that one I didn't end up using as far past its end of life as I have been using this one. Maybe if I were to turn it on now, it'd be more busted ass.
My freaking computer every once in a while is like, hey, we're going to stop supporting Windows 10 soon. And I'm like, hey, I don't have the proper hardware to get Windows 11, so I don't care. Like, they require motherboard crap of some sort for Windows 11. Bill was telling me about this. He had, when he was, I think it was Bill, when he was rebuilding his computer, he had to, like, do a bunch of crap to get around the hardware requirements.
Yeah.
Like, what is...
Because it's a chip or something of that sort that's integrated into the motherboard.
Something, yeah.
That's required for Windows 11 to run. Because that's what happened to mine, because I was trying to get the processor updated, and because of my motherboard, the C7 or the i7 chip that I wanted to get would not work on my motherboard, so I had to get a whole new motherboard. And as soon as the motherboard was put in, Windows 11 works perfectly fine on it. All's great. So yeah, it has to do with...
Yeah, a trusted platform module, a TPM 2.0, has to be on the motherboard. Which seems like some some like
It is.
hardware and software collusion sort of nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like when Trump goes, "Hey, Coke, you should be using real sugar," while he just lifted some sort of thing that means his buddy that's in the sugar business can
Yeah.
you know, now import insane amounts of sugar that he couldn't before. It's like, and yeah, that's a thing that has just happened in an attempt to distract from the Epstein files. But like, yeah, Windows is like, oh yeah, we're doing this because it's safer that way. Meanwhile, whoever makes the TPM modules are like slipping them an extra hundo every time one gets sold.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they say like tyranny always sows the seeds of its own defeat?
I've heard something like that.
You know,
Sure.
that sort of thing. I really feel like all of the right-wing nonsense in this country, you know, since I don't know, 2016 has like pushed me further and further left, but also like made me aware of just how crappy the United States is as far as being run by corporations and not by
I know.
government.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why, like, I'm saying this without any sort of knowledge or anything about the Windows and the TPM thing, but that's the first thing that my brain goes to is this feels like some sort of stupid collusion thing just to make everybody but us more money.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, that's the thing about capitalism. Capitalism is, well, let's see if we can make as much money as we can on everything, make everything cost something. And that's exactly what it is. You want this new thing? Oh, that's kind of how the cell phone stuff works. Was it designed obsolete, or I can't remember what this
Planned obsolescence.
Yeah, planned obsolescence.
Yeah.
What it all is.
Like there was a period of time, like even while we were doing this show, that if someone had said that, I'd been like, dude, why are you so cynical? And now I'm like, yeah. That is 100% what's going on. Yes. Ugh.
Yeah, the whole reason why I decided I was going to stick with, like, upgrade to Windows 11 and do all the stuff and everything was one of my wife's relatives. He works in IT, and he's like, yeah, I mean, Microsoft's antivirus stuff and everything, it's that they deal with a lot of that, and so as long as you're keeping it up to date, it'll actually keep the majority of any viruses or anything of that sort. It'll keep it off your computer. Like, it will do a lot. It does a pretty good job of it. And so the problem is, if it's not kept up, then they stop doing updates to keep antivirus stuff safe on your computer, and with new stuff coming out all the time. My concern has always been somebody getting onto my computer and messing with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I've got enough between Chelsea's family and my family, people who've unfortunately been like, oh, well, something happened to my computer. Well, let me contact this number to do all that and get caught up in all the fraud and all that stuff. So
Everything sucks all the time.
it's not how that song's supposed to go. It's supposed to be everything is awesome.
I mean, it is.
Everything is cool when you're part of a team.
Yeah, when you're part of the team, what actually is in charge of things?
And is out for the betterment of good.
No, they don't. They don't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this got dark. Let's talk about something else. Who likes puppies?
Yeah.
It's like, let's talk about Harry Potter. I mean, no.
Oh.
Wrong on multiple levels.
Man, while we're on things that are bummers, man, the second season of Sandman came out. And because of all of the Neil Gaiman stuff, since the first season, I just don't care.
Dang.
I was so hyped for the first season, and it was so good, and I was, oh my god. And now, Gaiman sucks too? Piss. And now I don't even care to watch season 2. I'm sure I will at some point, but like...
Yeah, it's a real drag.
And he just evaporated. He was all over various social medias hard, like all the time. And he's just, as they say, up and vanished like a fart in the wind. That's what they say when you disappear from your prison cell and your name is Dufresne. Miss Fuzzy Britches. But, which I guess is the only, like, smart thing to do when you're getting accused of horrible crap by a lot of people, is just to shut the hell up and stop talking.
Yes.
You mean like when bad things happen, just, don't make a big show of it and
don't make it worse?
Yeah. Don't draw attention to yourself.
Yeah, and then blame everything on Obama. I mean, what?
Yep.
So puppies.
Right.
Ooh, speaking of Netflix shows, Renee and I are I'm rewatching. She's watching it for the first time Wednesday because the new season comes out in a few weeks, sometime in August. We started Stranger Things because she only ever watched the first couple seasons, and we thought the new season was coming sooner. It doesn't come out till November.
Oh, interesting.
I was like, oh. We saw that the new season of Wednesday comes out soon. I'm like, you want to flip over and watch Wednesday? She's like, sure. So we're watching Wednesday again so that then we can watch the new season of that and be fully caught up. Then we'll go back to Stranger Things, I guess, after that. Good stuff. I forgot how good the first season of Stranger Things is. Like, it's so good. Like, each season after that, has its high points, but one is just,
Yeah, Ashley and I watched the first two and started, like, while they were running, not after the fact, and started watching the third one. But then, I don't know, it was another one of those things where, like, at some point, I just, like, set it down and just never got back to it. Part of it is because, Ashley, it's so cute. She's just like particularly jumpy about even like tense or suspenseful scenes in films and movies. So it's like it's dark. I don't want to watch it. Let's watch it sometime, like Saturday morning or afternoon or whatever, but when it's light outside. But we just never got around to going back to it.
I get that. I mean, not about Stranger Things in particular, although it is really good at tension.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in later seasons when you've got like 4 different groups of people all heading towards each other. While the tension just gets ratcheted and ratcheted and I mean, it started with that in the first season.
Mm-hmm.
like, spoilers for a show that's this old, but like in the end of the first season, you've got one group in the school and one group hunting a monster and one group trying to break into the place to go into the weird place, all happening at once. And that sort of thing just continues to happen in every season. You've got multiple groups of people all in their own horrible, messed up, incredibly tense situations.
Yeah.
That are all about to crash into each other and get worse. Yeah.
There was one show I was watching.
No, you weren't.
Probably it was last year. Mostly because Chelsea decided she wanted to go and on our Prime membership, you can sign up for, or you get like promotional rates for certain of the different channels,
the add-ons.
And so we got HBO Max for about 2 months, and in that, one of the shows that we got into watching was Nancy Drew, and that one was really good.
Oh yeah, I've heard that that was good.
It was really good.
I don't remember who I heard that from.
Yeah, Chelsea got kind of moved away from it because she's not into the creepy factor, and so I ended up watching, finishing off the first season, and I got into the second season of it. I don't know if I completely finished it by the time the membership or the promotional period came due, but I know I didn't finish the whole thing, but I got pretty far into it, and it was, like I said, it was really good.
Nice.
And then Wednesday, we rewatched it because of the new season coming out, and Wednesday is such a good show.
Yeah, like I watched the first season like when it came out, and as we're watching it now, I'm like, I have no recollection of this. Huh. I was happy again when Christina Ricci showed up in the first episode. I was like, "Aw."
Mm-hmm. That I thought was absolutely, like poetic. It was poetically beautiful to have her, the original Wednesday from the movies, come out and be, in the show.
Not the original.
I thought
Wednesday.
that was, well, not do what?
The movie Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the movie Wednesday, not the original Wednesday, because I have no idea. I assume she's still alive, but
I don't know. I'm just looking up
the
to
actress
see
who played her.
Who played her in the TV show? Okay, I googled. Oh, I googled Wednesday Addams. That's why. I googled Wednesday Addams TV show cast, and it's like Jenna Ortega. I'm like, what? No. Here we go. Lisa Loring. And under people also ask, I see, how old was Pugsley Addams when he died? What? Oh, the actor who played him. Okay. Jesus.
Did that happen, or is that one of those urban legend things?
No, he died in 59 in 2015, apparently. Oh, and Lisa Loring passed away in 2023. Oh, well, that's sad.
That's too bad.
So she passed away before the show came out.
I guess. I don't remember when it came. 2022, no?
She might have just been too old to be in it then. Because I would assume that they would be like, we'll fit you in here somehow.
I mean, she might not have been interested.
That's true. But
the guy they got to do Thing is amazing. Like he does such acting with his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Victor Dorobantu. All right then. Oh, he's a magician.
I was about to ask.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
Because, got to be able to do very specific hand things, which makes sense for a magician. Yeah. Anyway.
I'm trying to think if there's any other big shows that are coming out that I'm looking forward to. Yeah, nothing's really coming. There's a bunch of Star Wars stuff, but we'll have to see what.
Isn't there always at this point, though?
I want to say part of the popularity of Star Wars was that it went so silent for so long. I mean, there was stuff that came out here and there about it, but for the most part, it kind of
would allow time for like interest to grow and desire to grow and people nostalgia to grow.
When it was like, yeah, we're gonna do this, and people were like, oh, it was kind of like in Marvel when they were doing, Iron Man, and then they're like, oh, we're gonna do this, and there was enough time that there was interest to be created with it, and then you have all this great awesome stuff that comes out, but then at the same time, okay, you've been running this horse for so long that it needs time to rest and recuperate but it just needs some time to be out of the spotlight, to just let people get done with it and have some time to build hype about, oh well, something else is coming out with this. This it's why, again, Wednesday and Stranger Things, there's interest about it, is because it's there's a year between all of it happening that people have a chance to, they're like, oh, we've had a chance to talk about it and enjoy it, and this that now we want, all right, we want something new. We've watched it so many times, like, okay, now I'm actually wanting something new. And so that just hasn't really felt that way with like Marvel and Star Wars. I think they've got enough branching stuff going on that they've been able to get away with it. But
I'm sensing a theme here, and that both of these are owned by Disney, who seems to only know how to do one thing, and that's squeeze.
Yeah.
Also, hey, Scuzzo, thank you for that. What does that say? 79 months. Holy crap, really? Buh.
Because, Star Trek kind of had that going on with it, that it had tons of stuff out at one time, and then once Enterprise was over with, people were like, yeah, we're kind of done with Star Trek for a while. And that, when Enterprise wrapped, that was the first time in, I think, like 15, 20 years that there was no Star Trek, like active Star Trek being made and produced. So I think Star Trek kind of burnt itself out, and now it's having a resurgence because people have been away. It's been away for long enough that there's actually interest in seeing more Star Trek. So
at one point, weren't there like 3 shows going at once, just like a couple years ago? Like there was the cartoon, there was Picard, and there was another one.
Yeah, it's Discovery, Strange New Worlds, and Picard. Picard, though, was just a couple short episodes. I want to say Strange New Worlds was actively on TV.
Wasn't there like, which one was the cartoon?
Oh, Lower Decks.
Yeah.
It's the Rick and Morty style cartoon.
Yeah, but it was still Star Trek.
And that one,
right?
I don't know if that's still,
Yeah,
it's
it was Star Trek.
Yeah. I think they looked at what Disney was doing with Star Wars and going, "Hey, we could do some of that." Blah, here's a bunch of crap.
Yeah.
Not saying it was crap, but I'm saying it's a bunch of crap.
Yeah. They decided to go in the humorous, like, serious topics, but in a humorous way, kind of like Futurama-ish sort of way, like I said, the cartoon style is Rick and Morty. Like, I've watched a couple episodes of Lower Deck, and I've really enjoyed it. It's been kind of fun to watch.
Well, yeah, you're a Star Trek nerd.
I am. I'm a science fiction nerd.
Nerd.
Yup.
Hey, I'm a nerd too.
Yarp.
Or as the movie said so long ago, I'm a nerd. And I'm pretty proud of it.
From Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah. The movie that, while I love it, no one should watch that anymore.
Not a good representation of nerds.
I mean, I don't know. Some of the, I've met a bunch of those people. I'm just saying the movie itself doesn't really hold up.
Not good as in not favorable, not like as in not accurate.
Yeah. I mean, a thing that for some reason we didn't think about at the time, but when I watched it again a few years ago, there's the major plot point of one of the nerds. You know what canola oil used to be called? It was like something seed oil. Yeah, that. Yeah, and that was fine for everyone involved. I'm watching that again. I was like, what? Like in the first time I saw Blade Runner was like years and years later, because I don't know, I just never seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a part that no one talks about where Harrison Ford just, forcibly with the nice robot lady, and I was like, how have I never? It caught me completely off guard, because for the decades of people going off on how great Blade Runner is, nobody mentions this one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, whoa! This is the hero of the story? He's not. But this is our protagonist? There we go. That's a better word. So, yeah. Just, yeah. Things like that. On the DVD bonus features, like the director is talking about, oh yeah, we couldn't make this movie now because everybody smokes weed, and I'm like, that's not why you couldn't make this movie now. And this was 10-15 years ago when the DVD was made. It's like, that's not why you could make this movie now, bro. It's not. Damn.
You okay over there?
There we go. That was for Revenge of the Nerds, the director, not Blade Runner. I never saw the new one. Was that any good? Anybody see it? Dirk, did you see it?
No.
With Ryan Gosling?
Mm-mm.
God, he's so hot. It's disgusting.
He's just Ken.
Yeah. And he's Kenuff. Oh, Scuzzo said 2049 is pretty good. Would recommend. Okay, cool. I have to give that a watch at some point, if I ever remember. forgot I hadn't seen it until I ran across a Facebook reel of Ford and Gosling were on, not Jonathan Ross, the other British talk show with the funny guy. I can see him, but I can't think of his name.
Graham Norton.
What?
Graham Norton.
Yes, they're on Graham
Absolutely.
Norton, and Harrison kept acting like he couldn't remember his name. And it was really funny.
Yep.
And I was like, oh yeah, I needed to see that movie, I guess. I wonder if it was any good. And then I promptly forgot about it again. Look, Scuzzo got it too. It's Graham Norton. Good job, everybody. Well done. Jonathan Ross has that, speech impediment thing that makes him stand out. But Graham Norton's just, I don't know, just gay, which isn't special anymore. So, right? I think that's right.
I mean, I was gonna offer the Queenie. Like that's the word that came to mind.
Yeah, that he's old school gay. He's Queenie. Yeah. You're not wrong. That is entirely accurate for Graham Norton. Oh, we're gonna get angry emails about that.
Joke's on them. I don't even check my email anymore.
Yeah, we don't get email anymore, so we're not actually gonna get them. Scuzzo said canceled. Yes, we are getting canceled in 2025. Because as he also said, everything I don't like is woke. That is correct.
Yep.
This engine is woke. Ow. Oh. I think DoorDash is woke. I got 2 orders in a row. Wait. No, I got one today. The very first order it gave me that was going to High Point. Like, not like this side of High... No, into High Point. For Cagney's in Kernersville. There's a Cagney's in High Point.
Yeah.
Which means this person probably saw a Cagney's, like, sponsored ad, like, deal. Like, oh, you can get this for this amount. And they went, sweet, I'll have that. And didn't bother to look at which Cagney's it was coming from. Because I don't know if you guys know. There's a Cagney's in, like, every town around here. I thought it was like a little mom and pop thing. No, it's a freaking, like, franchise.
Yeah, there's one not too far away from our neighborhood. Really?
No. The parents get food from the one in Lexington all the time. There's one in Thomasville. There's one in High Point. There's one in Kernersville. There's one in Walkertown. There's one in Greensboro.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. For those that are going, what the hell's Cagney's? They serve, like, Southern food mainly, but also it's like a. They also serve like
Southern diners. What?
Yeah, it's Southern diner type food, but also there's a little bit of Greek and a little bit of Italian.
Mm-hmm.
The one here in Kernersville is owned, or at least the managers are Greek. So I don't know if that's an all of them thing or just this one, but
I think I read about the history of the business one time, but now I don't remember.
That's a weird thing to have read.
Well, I mean, like just on the About Us page on one of the websites, it's like, oh, where we started in blah da 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 da. And it was this such and such family, but I don't remember what I read.
Scuzzo says, I miss okra. That's not a thing on the West Coast. I despise okra, so I'll trade places with you.
I used to not like it at all when I was a little kid, but then the switch flipped at some point when I got older, and I just love it now. And I very recently found out that my dad does not care for okra, which is strange. There are very few food items that he does not care for. So I guess that's why he never gave me a hard time about not liking it and being picky about it when I was a little kid, because he didn't like it either.
You know what else I really can't stand? Brussels sprouts. And I've heard that's because I haven't had them prepared properly. And then whoever said that, I smacked them because they're talking about my mama. But that also is probably accurate because mom is very. She makes things the way she makes things, and there you go.
Yeah, just when we fix them at home, it's pretty simple. Just like roasted in the oven with some like spray oil on them, or brushed with olive oil or something. There is something with Brussels sprouts. I don't remember whether it's something that happened like in our lifetimes recently or sometime before then, but the Brussels sprouts that are most common today are a slightly different variety that doesn't have as bitter of a taste that Brussels sprouts used to have.
Huh. I was
But I
about to
don't know
ask,
when
is this a Cavendish thing?
No, not like that. Like it wasn't like the bitter Brussels sprouts suddenly went extinct.
Which
It's
is a
just like
shame. Yeah, I said it.
yeah, like I don't know if that's something that happened in our lifetime or some other time before that.
Also, Scuzzo, I'm sorry you're here so late because we did all the Baldur's Gate 3 talk at the beginning. You just have to listen to this episode later. Nah. Also, screw you, Scuzzo, for causing me all this problem. He's the one who sent me a copy of Baldur's Gate. Mwah, love you, Scuzzo. But it's a problem. It's taken over my life. It's all I can think about. Okay, it's not all I can think about. I also think about Mike's beard sometimes. I mean, what?
Nothing.
And Karlak stepping on me. Oh, that's Baldur's Gate 3 again. Damn it.
Yeah, I was wondering if you had, like, if you'd saved her, or if you'd, because I feel like some of the characters you can actually lose them in that game.
What do you mean?
Like, because one of the characters is out to kill her.
Oh,
And
yeah.
one of the things I was wondering is, so can she die and completely not become a part of the party?
Yeah, you can. I'm pretty sure you can side with that other character when you bump into her and just attack, and then she won't be in the party. I think I saw somewhere that, like, you know how it'll pop up that, such and such approves, such and such disapproves? Apparently, if you piss some of them off enough, they will just leave. Oh, Scuzzo said if you raid the Emerald Grove, she actually attacks you. Oh, that's good to know. In case I ever want a hot barbarian lady to step on me, I can just I can just do that. And then she will definitely step on me. I got something between my teeth too. Yeah,
And I say that because there was a couple parts in there where I'm like, well, I don't want to kill this person and all this, and then at some point just was like, I'm tired of listening to you, and I just completely killed. I assume your job was to free, like, it's the goblin that's in the grove that you can free, and I finally got tired and was like, I'm just gonna kill you. And
That's fair.
then your mission log is like, yeah, this person's dead.
Yeah, there are several points in my mission log, my quest log, that's like, such and such died before they had a chance to help. I'm like, I just left that goblin in there, forgetting, because I sort of forgot about her. And when I went back through the grove later, her corpse was just laying there, and I went, oh, all right, somebody killed her. Awkward.
Mm-hmm. Someone also got tired of you, huh?
Skoza said Minthara is actually my favorite. It's a problem. Because chat told me how, I did not kill her when I had the chance. I non-lethally knocked her out. So I'm assuming that means she'll appear later in the story somewhere, because they were like, don't kill her! And I'm like, what? All right. Guess I won't
Talking
kill her.
about the barbarian lady?
No, the Minthara is a drow that you'll... If you haven't bumped into her in the goblin camp, you will at some point.
Oh, yeah, she's definitely dead. For me.
They were like, don't kill her? I'm like, okay. How do I not kill her? It should be there, an option somewhere. Poked around until I found a button that was like non-lethal, and I went, has this been here the whole time? Oh, all right, cool. I beat the first, like, for real, big-ass, terrifying boss thing by throwing rocks at it. Like, literally, I had a stack of heavy stones in Karlach's inventory, and I did it by turning into a bear and whapping at it and throwing rocks. And the rocks did way more damage. I was like, what? Did I really just beat this giant-ass thing by throwing rocks? Like, I finished it off. I found a rock somewhere named the Nut Buster, and I'm like, I'm keeping this rock forever, because that's amazing. And I used it to finish off this boss. I was like, this should do enough damage. Come on, Nut Buster. Brr, went down. I was like, nothing stops the Nut Buster. This game is stupid. Excuse me. If you didn't kill her, you get a chance to save her later, but you don't get the spicy scene unless you sack the grove. Ah. Okay, well, I'll just look that up on... Oh, it wouldn't be on YouTube, would it? I'm almost certain that it's on a site of questionable nature. I'll just look it up there. Nutbuster and Poo Scraper are with the scroll that gets you shovel. Yeah. Wait, really? I got both of those, but I thought they were in separate places. I forgot I have... I've never summoned Shovel. I should summon Shovel and see what happens. I also have a shovel that's got a... Like, I have a unique shovel that's got a name. I forgot. The Gravedigger's Friend or something. I was like, this is great. I'm keeping this. And that's the shovel I use to dig up all of the random mounds of dirt that my survival checks find.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a knife, a dagger called the Poo Scraper. And I'm like, I'm keeping this forever too. I really wish that it had a chance to poison or a chance to give someone a disease or something. But no, it's just a dagger with a funny name. But it's a Poo Scraper. A Nut Buster. Anyway. Damn it, we got back to Baldur's Gate 3 again. It's a problem.
I say we're gonna come right back to it probably if we step away again.
Yeah, Amanda's husband, Lee, was playing it, and he finished it, because he's not cursed to only play it on stream. And I think, or at least a thing we've talked about, is the next time that we, when I finally finish it and want to play again, we might party up and do a murder hobo run. And I'm like, ooh, that sounds like fun. Because it's not an entirely different game if you go the bad guy route, but it's pretty different. Do a Dirge Origin? Yeah, that's what he just did. The playthrough he was doing was a Dark Urge. So I think that might be what I do the next time I go solo. Do another run myself, is do a Dark Urge and see what happens. Because that's apparently an entirely different game. Like the story beats apparently are roughly the same, but it's like your narrator has an entirely different set of lines and whatnot, and your character has murderous urges all the time. So that's fun. Canonically, the actual story is based on the Dark Urge. Whether you embrace or resist, that's up to you. I did not know that. Huh. So my dirty hippie folk hero druid actually is not canonical. Boo. I'm a dirty hippie druid.
Mm-hmm. So if you make a character, then it's technically not canonical.
I mean, when you do Dark Urge, you still make a character. It's just there's a different stuff going on. Tavs are killed by the Dark Urge in the canon. What do you mean in the canon? It's a video game. What are you talking about? This isn't D&D lore. I did find, Mike, you'll appreciate this, I think. Uh-huh. I found, cooked miniature giant space hamster.
Oh.
In the Githyanki Krish. I was like, look, because I always loot, anything that's not showing as stealing, I'm going to open it up and look in it.
Yes.
And yeah, I found, miniature giant space hamster on a stick. I was like, what? It's like, what if Boo knew that? Yeah, rip Boo's cousin. Like, what if Boo knew this person? What if I've got it on me and I bump into Boo? Is he gonna go for my eyes? I can't have that. Ow. Go for the eyes, Boo. Makes me want to go back and play the first 2 games. I found out this game takes place over a century after the first one.
Oh.
Because I bumped into someone from the first game. Since Dirk isn't there yet, I'm not going to say who, but found out that that was over a century ago. And I went, oh. I
guess you can narrow it down to the people from the first game who would still be alive over a century later.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Mike, you'll also appreciate this. I was wandering around at one point and bumped into a guy whose name at first was Weary Traveler.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, am I talking to the Elminster? Chat, is this the Elminster? And then yeah, it was Elminster. just walking around in Baldur's Gate 3. And he's like, why, hello there. And he speaks all extra flowery.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I say, might you be aware of the location of a certain wizard named Gale? And I'm like, no. Yes, Elminster. He's there. You should go. I'll catch you later. Just go over there and bump into him. You want to go with me? I'm like, no, I got stuff to do. He's like, fine. And then later, he's just in my camp. And I'm like, that's just Elminster. What? Why are you... Huh? How are you still alive? You gotta be like 8,000. Isn't he just a human? What the hell, dude?
I don't know.
Yeah, but if he's a wizard, he can just manipulate time.
I mean, if
Or
any
make a
wizard
potion.
can, it's him. For anyone listening that doesn't know, Elminster is like the Forgotten Realms equivalent of like a Gandalf or Merlin. Like, he's the wizard. You know, the Dumbledore. Like, except he's been around forever. He's like, hey, here I am. And I'm like, what? And then he left. And I was like, the Elminster was in my camp. He was hanging out with us, y'all. Like, I don't know anything about D&D Forgotten Realms crap, except for, you know, the little bit that I've played in the first Baldur's Gate and what I know from this one. And yet, due to nerd cultural osmosis, I'm well aware of Elminster. So that sort of blew me away. Spoilers, I guess? I don't know. A major character in Forgotten Realms shows up in this game set in the Forgotten Realms. You'll figure it out. Ow. I'm getting old.
Yeah.
I keep
I
waking up
noticed something
sore.
similar about myself.
I keep waking up sore. Like, I just wake up and I hurt. And I'm like, that's not normal. I guess it is now. Like, I need to buy bananas because my legs ache. That's a thing that I found, that when my legs ache, I need to buy bananas. Need some potassium or some vitamin whatever that's in bananas. I don't know. I could just take vitamins, but I like bananas.
Yeah. That's probably the better way anyway.
But I have noticed if I go, you know, a month or so without buying bananas, then my legs are like, hey, buy some bananas. I'm like, yeah, I should probably do that. Thanks, bud. It's like, ow. Yeah, thanks. I get it. Ow. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh. Thank you. Oh my god. Anyway, hi chat. I mean dorks. I mean everybody.
I think I'm gonna need to wrap up here soon for myself.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sounds like you also.
That sneeze. Like, I muted the sneeze for the chat and the recording. You guys got to hear it. I was complaining about DoorDash. I had one. The first one I got today was trying to send me to High Point. I got 2 in a row last night that were like going to Greensboro. Not at the same time, or I might have taken it because together it might have paid enough to be worth it. But it was like, hey, go to Greensboro for like not enough money, and I was like, what? No, and it hit no, and like a second later it goes, here, go to Greensboro for even less money. I'm like, what? No, it was a completely different order. It's like, I'm not going. What? No. Come on. Go to a different city for an amount that you wouldn't take in order going to the city you're currently in. No. What if we added $1? Just kidding. DoorDash did not offer me $1.
I was wondering.
There's still an episode of Last Week Tonight about food delivery companies that I have not watched because I don't know if I could handle it.
Yeah, I get that.
It's still sitting in my watch later, and I'm like, I don't know if later's ever gonna come. Like, I already hate them on a semi-regular basis. I don't know. They did give us a feature briefly. I think they're testing it out to be able to block offers from certain stores for a 2-week period. Which I have been harping about. I wish we could, snooze stores, either permanently or for a limited period of time. And they're like, no. Because some of the stores around here just suck, and there's never an order that's worth going there. But sometimes ratings numbers and whatnot force you to go there. Like the Pizza Hut here in Kernersville is awful. The order's never ready. Ever. Like, It's like they send it to you at the same time they send it to Pizza Hut. Because every time I get there, they're like, oh, it's on the make table. I'm like, I don't know what that means. They're like, that means it's not ready. I'm like, yeah, I figured that. I meant, how long do you think? I don't know, 15, 20 minutes? I'm like, what? Like, I'm not sitting here for 15, 20 minutes for the $6 order. Like,
that's awful.
I'll just unassign it, and the next numbnut can come and see if they want to sit here for however long for $6. But sometimes, because my completion rate is down at the lowest point where it can get without me losing my platinum status privileges, I have to sit there and wait. I'm like, ugh. Like, it took me 10 minutes to get here. What were you people doing with this order? Night, Scuzzo. So, yeah. When it finally gave me a Pizza Hut order after it gave me the option to not get orders from restaurants, I immediately was like, no. Stop it. I also killed orders from a Sheets. Just because it was an out-of-the-way Sheets, and I don't know why it was giving it to me anyway.
Yeah.
Like the one over on 68.
Huh.
Yeah. Like if you get off of 40 at 68 and turn left and go that way for like another mile or two, yeah, there's a Sheets down there. I keep getting orders for them. And I'm like, no. That's not even close to me. Stop it. Sadly, the pause is only for 2 weeks, and the trial period for this, snooze restaurants thing lasts. It was for like another week or two. So, oh boy. But hopefully they'll roll it out as a... It sounds like they're only going to roll it out as a perk for the higher status things, which is annoying.
Well, yeah.
But, like, restaurants can just be like, I don't ever want to see that dasher again. Which is fine. That makes sense. But there's not like a 3 strikes thing. It's blacklist this driver. Which is why I didn't get Chick-fil-A orders for years. The Chick-fil-A in Kernersville at one point was... one of the assistant managers there was a giant prick. And I think I might have talked about this in the odds and ends or something at the time, but like the
think
order
so.
that I was waiting for got snatched. And I was like, hey man, someone took this order. Could you remake it? And he's like, we're not. And he like snapped at me. He's like, we're not remaking this order until I get confirmation from DoorDash that they're going to pay me for it again. And I'm like, I looked at the order. It was like a chicken sandwich combo. Like, it cost you like 50 cents to make this, man. Just make the order. Because this way you're wasting my time. The customer doesn't get their food, so they hate you. Like, just make the order. He's like, I'm not making it. So I was like, all right. And I stepped out to talk to DoorDash support and let the customer know they're not going to remake your order, even though someone snatched it. He's like, someone's already got it. She's going to get the order. And I asked her, someone got your order? She's like, no, it shows you. They're waiting. I'm like, exactly. So I went out and, talked to support. And I was like, he's not going to remake the order. They're like, we'll cancel it. I'm like, what about the customers? They're like, we'll cancel it. I'm like, okay. And I went back in and I saw the manager.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey man, can I talk to you for a minute? He's like, yeah. And I said something like, this damn guy. And because I said the word damn, he was immediately not on my side. He's like, well, if you're going to use that kind of language here, I'm not even going to listen to you. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck you and your hate chicken. And yeah, I didn't get any more Chick-fil-A orders after that for years. Like, they knocked down the building and rebuilt it. And I still didn't get any but I guess there's a statute of limitations or something, because now I get Chick-fil-A orders for that location like 2 or 3 times a week.
Uh-huh.
But he went from willing to listen to me to immediately assuming I was like the devil or something. And I'm like, man, I don't have time for this. I just realized we're recording the show, and I'm not going to edit that out. So, oh well, it's just chatting. They'll deal with it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. It just something in me immediately snapped when he immediately turned against me because I used a bad word, and it wasn't even a bad word.
I know.
I was like, this damn dude here, and he just lost it. Wild Cyclops said, you can make better chicken than Chick-fil-A easily at home. I mean, or I could just go to Zaxby's, There's a lot of chicken places around here.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a level 1 swear, right? It's not even a level 1 swear. It's in his book. It's not even a swear. Geeks is Chick-fil-A, so it's extremely Jesus as a company. You can say hell and damn in Chick-fil-A and they can't throw you out. Unless you're me, apparently.
Yeah.
Anyway. Did we lose Dirk already, or is he still hanging out?
I'm still hanging out, but I'm going to head out here.
Yeah, we should probably stop anyway.
Yeah.
So do we have any sort of thing like final thought? Well, this whole thing is a final thoughts, isn't it? Yeah, we don't do that here.
Yeah, no.
More or less.
I think that's just it.
So how about any last thing there, Dirk?
No, I don't have any last thoughts.
That's fair. Did you have any first thoughts? Do you have thoughts? Do you wear wigs?
All the time.
Would you?
Especially on my bald head. So. But nope, I'm good.
All right, Mike, you got anything else?
No, that's it.
Do I have anything else? I guess, hey, try not to be a horrible, racist, pro-fascist, I don't know, anti-union piece of crap so that when you die, people don't talk smack about you.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like a good message to go out on. I've seen that a lot today for some reason. Like, don't speak ill of the dead. I'm like, tell the dead not to be pieces of crap while they're alive. If you don't give me a reason to speak ill about you, I won't. How about that? Is that a better deal? Yeah.
It seems fair.
I thought so, yeah. For those just joining us, this is about Hulk Hogan. Or Terry, what's his name?
Terry Bollea.
Bollea, that's how you say. Okay, yeah. Don't know how it is that he got so tied up with his character that nobody knows his real name. Like, nobody refers to anybody by just the character they play as, except for wrestlers, which is weird.
Yeah. I think it's because they're so serious about the kayfabe is what it's called. Is that the word for it?
That's the word for it, yeah. Or at least they used to be. Nowadays, like, everyone knows that The Rock and Dwayne Johnson are not the same person.
What?
No. Stone Cold Steve Williams. Anyway, that's his real name. Mark something or other is the Undertaker's name.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. And Kane is like a former governor of, or no, not a mayor of a city, and is also a right wing dick. So,
Yeah.
I liked him better with a mask. Anyway, right. So this has been a very bizarre Sans Brian Dorks just chatting. I hope everyone enjoyed our nonsense where we just rambled for 2 hours. Because that's what we do here, more than usual. And yeah, we will be back if I survive the trip to Carowinds with Sam and her friend next week. Then hopefully we'll be back with another show next week. But I make no promises because it's going to be very hot that day, and I might die. So yeah, thanks everyone for do up.
Yeah. So there'll be plenty to talk about because Edge of Eternity's, I think the pre-release is this weekend, and then there's also been Spider-Man stuff shown around
and Avatar stuff now too.
And Avatar, oh geez,
yeah, it's been ridiculous. So yeah, we're gonna probably have to talk about magic in space at some point soon. Which apparently it's better than just magic in space. Like, people in the Discord preview thread have been like, this actually looks way better than I was expecting. And I was like, really? Oh, huh. I don't know.
Good.
I have not been paying attention. But anyway, right. So thanks everyone so much for listening to this Dorks Just Chatting here for July of 2025. And yeah, let's see. What is it? Thank you all so very much for listening. And don't not get stepped on by big fiery tiefling barbarian mama. Yeah. Step on me.